Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today I'm going to talk about a couple of comments in the comment section. Once in a while I do these videos where I'll address comments because I think some of them actually need a little more time and effort put into them than normal. Because as you can imagine, I get a whole lot of comments on my videos and I really try hard to keep up with them. Right now I'm still at 100% response rate. I've responded to every single comment that's been posted to my videos so far, and I'm kind of proud of that achievement. So I'm trying to keep it up, but a lot of times my comments are short. I work 7 days a week and I don't have a whole lot of time to invest just, responding to comments with the time and effort they deserve. The first comment, well, not the first comment. I get several comments along the same vein, right? And they can all be addressed in the same way, basically. But I made the video about conspiracy theorists. I get people that comment on there and they're like upset or offended, or they're trying to convince me about flat Earth, like I'm calling it a joke or whatever. And that really was not my intention. I mean, I don't buy into it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to justify it or anything. I'm just saying it wasn't my intention to try to poke fun at it. It was just my intention to point out that it doesn't matter. What does it matter what shape the Earth is? You can believe what you want. I just believe in my personal philosophy. I think we should focus our attention and energies on things that actually matter, that actually affect us. Because there's just been billions of people who have lived and died on this earth, and whether it was flat or round, it didn't change their lives at all. Knowing that it's flat or round, spherical, doesn't change anything at all. That knowledge will not help us in any way. And I don't look down on people who buy into the flat earth thing. That's great. I don't look down on people who buy into religions or whatever, or atheism or whatever. I don't look down on anybody because I've experienced enough life to know that I have bought into things. I bought into that whole 2012 thing. I thought the earth was going to end. I'll be honest with you. And I felt like an idiot afterward. I don't know why. I was just into the whole thing back then, and I was kind of hoping for an apocalypse, and I just bought into it. So I know that people can buy into things. I can provide you evidence that you don't exist right now. Now, evidence is not proof. I cannot prove that you don't exist because obviously you do, but I can provide you plenty of evidence to the fact that you don't exist, right? That would support that fact. There have been tons of experiments done throughout history that provide evidence for a certain thing, and then one experiment go and prove that it's wrong. All it takes is one experiment to go off to prove something else, and your theory's bunk. It's disproved, and the scientists go off in another direction. They got to walk away from it. That theory has been their entire lives, but as soon as it's debunked, it's done. All right? So you can have all the evidence in the world, and it doesn't matter until you have proof. I've never, and in my mind, the way I look at it, I wouldn't believe I don't believe the earth is round. I don't believe the earth is a sphere because all I've seen is pictures of it. Now, I've got evidence that in my own life, my own experience, that tell me that the earth is a sphere. So I tend to lean that way, that the earth is a sphere. But to say that I know it and to defend it with all my heart and everything, no, not until I'm out in space looking down on it, because I know I could be wrong. That's just me. I've been wrong too many times. I have argued points to the bone, and then turned out that I was completely wrong. And I just felt like a complete idiot. I don't do that anymore. I refuse to. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I keep an open mind. That's just the worst feeling in the world, to to find out that you argued that vehemently for something and you were just completely wrong. So I have an open mind. The earth might be flat. I just lean toward it being a sphere. All right? That's my view on it, my position. I don't discount anything. Anything. Birds, there might be mechanical birds sitting outside my window right now spying on me. I don't know. Until I go look, I don't know. They might be spying on American citizens. I don't know why they would, but they could be. So let's just, I keep an open mind about that kind of stuff. And another thing is the subject of socialism and capitalism. Now, you'd be surprised about how many comments I get talking about how bad capitalism is, how it's destroyed this country and all this. The same thing about socialism, and that was the point of that video, to point out that both of them are good on paper. And if you could hold on to that dream of what they should be, everything would be roses. But that's not the case. Now, in my opinion, capitalism is far superior. Just because it takes longer, and even in the corruption and the manipulation and everything of the powers that be, we have retained a lot of our freedoms. Now, that has a lot to do with our Constitution, though, and nothing to do with capitalism. So, I don't know if with our Constitution, I don't know how pure socialism would fare. So, in a corrupt government, maybe capitalism would be just as bad as socialism. I don't know. I'm just saying that people look at capitalism and say it's destroying the country, it's what's brought us down, and blame everything on capitalism. And I just disagree. Capitalism is a good idea. It has been contaminated and destroyed by greed and monopolistic behavior. Pure capitalism is a wonderful thing. It's about freedom, high wages, low cost of living, low prices. There's nothing bad about it until you get people that become so rich and so powerful that they start manipulating the system itself. All right? And then you have an oligarchy. You're being ruled by basically an economic system. Now your economic system has become your government, because those corporations are ruling. They're pressing so much influence upon your government that they're the rulers. All they have to do is get some greedy, corrupt official in there, whether it be president or whatever, get greedy, corrupt politicians in there, and they own it. They own the government. Between that and the privately owned Federal Reserve Bank, it's a lose-lose situation, and it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better, not a bit better. The government has never, not once, returned a single freedom back to the United States, the people of the United States, after they've taken it. They've never recanted and said, okay, time's up. The income tax was supposed to be temporary. That was a temporary measure. And over 100 years later, we're still taxed. So they don't return freedoms. They never recant. They never give it back. And socialism is horrible. It's one of the worst things ever devised by man. It might look good on paper to some people. I just believe in freedom. I believe in freedom. You get what you earn. If you don't want anything, don't work for it. Go live under a bridge. If you want something, work for it. But to take from another person that is putting in the effort, it is putting in the work, and you think you deserve their sweat, their time of their life, That's chunks of their life you're taking. You want to see it as just some money or whatever. That money, that's why I said with that meme before, money, the only value money has is in our heads. What you're really taking from them is their life that they could have spent with their kids, their family, that they could have spent fishing or on the phone with a friend or anything rather than working to earn that money. They could have spent that time living, and you don't deserve that. So no, even the best socialist scheme is not my cup of tea. But I'm just saying, I get some people would buy into the perfect socialist society, but that can only exist in the very temporary way, because government and corrupt, powerful people will, once they get control, it becomes a boot on a human face forever. That's socialism. It always ends up there. It never goes anywhere else. That's it. Those are my views on those things. And that's where I stand. Now, I was in that other video, I was just kind of making a point that they look good on paper, but they're not. Once they get corrupt and stuff, they're not what they are on paper. And another comment I get quite a bit, and I think this might be from younger generations, and I'm not real sure why younger people watch a Gen X channel and then get upset. I can see younger people watching a Gen X channel and, hey, I relate to this stuff. I get that. But to watch a Gen X channel and then get upset about it, I mean, don't watch it. Don't watch something else. But I think they're younger people that get on here and then say, you don't really want an apocalypse. Y'all don't know what you're asking for. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. And that's it. We do want one, and that's it. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just tapping on your phone, and you have no idea. We're not making this up for entertainment. We're not talking about all this stuff. Actually, read through the comments in here and see that we have discussions about it. We're not just getting up here and doing a Saturday Night Live skit or something. We do. So, enough said. And I'll leave you there with that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. You can also become a member, and I'll put the link for that down in the description, or you can become a member by visiting the channel page. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. I appreciate those of you who do that. Or you can hop over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I'll put that link down in the description as well. We've also got some really cool Gen X gear over at Redbubble. Feel free to go check that stuff out. We've got hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, that kind of stuff. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff over at Redbubble, and I'll put that link down in the description too. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email's over on the channel page. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.